Hello. The question 6a. There is a quick way to do. It's cubic root of 8 x to the power 4 y to the power 12. So this 8 is 2 cubed, x to the power 4 y 12. Take cubic root. So the quick way is this can go out, get 2, 3 over 3. And x can go out because 4 is greater than 3, so you divide 4 divided by 3, got 1, remainder is 1. This one put outside of the radical, and this one, remainder 1, quotient 1, put outside the radical. This remainder 1 put inside the radical. And y can go out because y 12 over 3 out of the radical. So equals 2, 3 over 3 is 1, x to the power 1, y to the power 12 over 3, it's a 4. And the square root of x to the power 1, it's x. That's a quick way to do. And 6b. And radical cubic root 6x times cubic root of 2y. So you can put cubic root of, use the product rule. Product rule, it's n root of a, n root of b equal n root of a times b. So here's n is 3 cubic root of 6x times 2y. 6 times 2 is 12 xy cubic root. And since 12, you need to find out 12 is divided by 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 3, so 12 is 2 squared times 3. You cannot find out any cubed. So this cannot be further simplified. So that's the answer. Another example, like square root of 6x times square root of 2y. Use product rule of radical, get square root of 6x times 2y. So it's 12xy. Since 12 is 2 squared times 3, so this 2 squared, square root out, get 2. And then radical 3xy. And this also square root of and times square root of this. So by product rule of radical, get square root of 10a cubed times 2b to the power 5. 10 times 2 is 20. Then a cubed, you can separate a squared times 8 because we want square root. So put a squared times a to the power 1. And the b to the power 5, you can put b to the power 2 to the power 2. B squared to the square and times b to the power 1. Because 2 times 2 is 4, add 1 it's 5. And 2 add 3, 2 add 1 is 3. They are equal. So then 20 you can put is 20 squared times 5. And the rest is same. So 2 squared, square root out is 2. A squared, square root out, get a. And b squared squared, square root out, get b squared. And inside still have a 5ab. Take square root. And this question you also can do a quick way. Example, the question is up to here, 20, 10, so tying together is 10 times 2 is 20, a cubed, b to the power 5, tying together, product rule. So the quick way is 20 is 2 squared times 5, and a cubed, b to the power 5, take square root. So 2 squared out, get 2. And in the radicals 5, you cannot square root out, still have 5. A to the power 3, you can do 3 divided by 2, square root. So you divide by 2, get quotient is 1, remainder 1. And then put a to the power 1. And a to the power 1 inside. Remainder put in the radical. A to the power 1. Quotient put outside the radical. Then 5. So b, 5, you do 5 divided by 2 because it's square root. So divided by 2, get quotient is 2, remainder is 1. Put this 2 outside the radical, get b squared, b, and this 1 remainder in the radical. So you got 2ab squared square root of 5ab. That's a quick way to do. And the next question, C, is a quotient of radical. And you the 2 divided, first of all, you cancel it. You can cancel 4. Cancel 4 and get 9. 36 cancel 4, get 9. 9 is 3 squared. X to the power 8, you can put x to the power 4 squared because here square root, so put square here. And because 4 times 2 is 8. And then this denominator 4 cancel, remain y squared. Then each one takes square root. This takes square root. This takes square root. Y squared takes square root. Use product rule and the quotient rule. Take square root. So 3 squared, square root is 3. X to the power 4. Square is square root is x to the power 4. Y squared, square root is y. So the quick way is 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 take square root out is 3. And 8 divided by 2 get x to the power 4. Then 2 divided by 2 get y to the power 1. That's a quick way to do. This one also, 80. 80 you can factor out 5 times 16. 16 is 4 square. And a to the power 5, you can put a square square a to the power 1 because 2 times 2 is 4. Add 1, it's 5. And the 45, you can put 9 times 5, and 9 is 3 square. So this common factor, 5 cancel. And b to the power 4, you can put b squared square. So 4, each one takes square root. 4 square takes square root out, it's a 4. 3 square takes square root out, it's a 3. A square square takes square root out, it's a square. And square root of is still on the radical. And the b square square root out, get b square. And so this one, you can do another a quick way. It's 80, a to the power 5, 45, b to the power 4. Take square root. First of all, cancel common factor 5. 80 divided by 5 is 16. 45 divided by 5, it's 9. Then 16 takes square root out, it's 4. And a to the power 5, and you do 5 divided by square root, so this is 2. So divided by 2, quotient is 2. Remainder is 1. So it's a, this squared, put here, and this one put in the radical, a to the power 1 in the radical. And 9 take square root is 3, b, then 4 divided by 2 is b squared. So then this one you don't need to write out. So it's 4a squared square root of a 3b squared. That's a quick way to do. Next one. Example, 54 over 16. 54, it's 27 times 2. 27 is 3 cubed because we want cubic root. 16 is 8 times 2. 8 is 2 cubed times 2. Common factor 2, cancel. And x to the power 10, you can put 3 times 3, add 1. 3 times 3 is 9, add 1 is 10. And 12 is y to the power 4 times 3 is 12. So each one take cubic root. 3 cubic root out, get 3. And x cubic root out, get x cube. And x still cubic root of x. And 2 cubic root is 2. And y 4 cubic root, get y to the power 4. And also this one, also you can do a quick way. Cubic root of 54 x to the power 10, 16 y to the power 12. First of all, cancel common factor 2. 54 cancel 2, get 27. 16 cancel 2, get 8. Then 27 is a 3 cubed. 8 is a 2 cubed. And take cubic root. So equal to 3 cubic root out. So this out. X, so 10 over 3. 10 divided by 3, got quotient is 3, remainder is 1. Put a 3 on the exponent for the x outside the radical. And put this 1 in the radical. And then 2 cubic, 3 over 3, it's 1. Y, 12 over 3, it's a 4. So that's the answer. Then next one, number 6, fifth root. So this fifth root, you can write down fifth root, use the quotient rule. Quotient rule, it's nth root of a over nth root of b equals nth root of a over b. So it's fifth root of x to the power 4, y to the power 6 over x, y to the power 5. So fifth root of, then use the quotient rule of exponent. Quotient rule of exponents is a to the power n over a to the power n. Same base is a, you minus exponent. So the 2 divided, you cancel 1x. 4 minus 1 gets 3. 6 minus 5 get 1. So it's the fifth root of x cubed y. So next example, cubic root of this one over cubic root of this one. So you can write down cubic root of numerator over denominator. Cancel common factor 5. 40 divided by 5, get 8. 8 you can factor as 2 cubed. 135 divided by 5, you got 27. 27 is a 3 cubed. Then a to the power 7 you can put down as 2 times 3 is 6. Add 1 is equals 7. B to the power 4 you can put b to the power 3. B to the power 1. 3 add 1 it's a 4. So then here has denominator 5 cancel, a cancel, b cancel. So then each one take cubic root. 2 cubed, take cubic is 2. A squared cube, take cubic is a squared. B cube, take cubic root is b. And 3 cube, take cubic is 3. This 5 cancel, a with a cancel, b with b cancel. So there is also a quick way to do. Quick way to do, it's start over. This one, it's fifth root of x to the power 4, y to the power 6. Oh, not that one. This one. So it's this one. It's square root of 75 x to the power 6, y to the power 4. 75 x to the power 6, y to the power 4 over 12 x to the power 3 y. Take cubic root. So here cancel common factor. Take square root. Take square root. Now here cancel common factor 3. Cancel common factor 3. Get 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 75 divided by 3 is 25. So take square root. 25 square root is 5. X cube x to the power 6. 4 take square root, it's 2. 4 take square root is 2. Then this one you can cancel 6 minus 3, get x cubed. Take square root, still take square root. Y to the power 4, cancel y, remain 4 minus 1 is 3. And this one you can take square root out, 5, 2. And this one, 3 divided by 2, get quotient is 1. And remainder x to the power 1. And y, 3 divided by 2, get quotient is 1. Remainder, it's 1 inside. So we got this answer. That's the quick way to do. Then next one. Next question, question 6e. Do the radical operations, addition, subtraction. So here do subtractions. So this is 6e. We do the 2 subtraction, a square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5. And use distributive property, factor out the common factor. This AB minus AC, use distributive properties, A times B minus C. AB times minus AC from right to left. You do multiplication, distributive in, get AB minus AC from left to right. Do factoring, factor out the common factor A. Another one is A B. So this one also you can factor out common factor square root of 5, and then parenthesis A minus 4. You can distribute it in, like A times square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 equal. They are equal. A minus 4 is 4 square root of 5. Simplify. Another example, like this example, 10 square root of 3 minus 7 square root of 12. Since the 12 factor is 2 square times 3, so 2 square root out, get 2. This copy done. So 7 times 2 is 14 square root of 3. Common factor square root of 3 factor out. 10 minus 14 get negative 4 square root of 3. This also common factor square root of 20 factor out. And 20 we can factor as 2 square times 5. 2 square is 4 times 5 is 20. Then 5 minus 7 is negative 2. Then 2 square root out is 2. Then times negative 2 get negative 4 square root of 5. And this one, 48. 48, you can do prime factorization. 48 divided by 2, 24, divided by 2, 12, divided by 2, 6, divided by 2, gets 3. So 48 is equal, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, so it's 4 squared times 3. And then you take square root out, so get 4 square root of 3. And here's xy, here I have xy, so it's xz. So it's 48, it's 4 squared times 3 xz. 12 is 2 squared times 3 xz. 75 is 5 squared times 3 xz. So 4 squared, square out is 4. Inside still radical 3xz plus 2 square out is 2 square root 3xz minus 5 times square root of 3xz. So common factor square root of 3xz factor out. So have 4 added 2 minus 5. 4 added 2 is 6 minus 5 is 1. And 1 times any number still itself. So simplify. Don't put final answer. Do not put 1. That's the final answer. And the next one, 147. 147, we can do prime factorization. divided by 7, 21, divided by 7, it's a 3. So 147 is 7 squared times 3. So 7 squared times 3. 7 squared, square root out is 7. Square root of 3ab. 48 divided by 3 is 16. 16 is 4 squared times 3ab. 4 squared, square out 4 square out 3ab. And 192. 192, you can do prime factorization, like divided by 2 get 96, divided by 2 get 48, divided by 2 get 24, divided by 2 get 12, divided by 2 get 6, divided by 2 get 3. So those 3, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Those times together is 8. So 192, you can put a squared times 3. So it's a squared times 3ab. So a squared square root get 8. Common factor square root of 3ab factor out. Get 7 minus 4 plus 8. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 plus 8 get 11 square root of 3ab. So those are the simplified radical expression, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divisions. Simplified radical expression. And next one is solve for the radical equation. Question 7. A, B. Solve for the radical equation. So when we solve for radical equation, like this example, 9 equals square root of x minus 4 plus 5. We have to isolate this radical term on one side. And the other no radicals, no square root, go other side. So like I leave this on the right side and 5 to the left side, minus 5 both sides. 9 minus 5 get 4. So only this term, radical term on one side. Then you square it, this radical square root can be removed. Here is square root, so you square it both sides. You can see this radical become x minus 4, square removed. 4 squared is 16. Then get equation, linear equation, you add 4. So get x equal 20. You can check it. 20 minus 4 is 16. Take square root. It's a 4. 4 add 5 equal 9. So x equal 20 is the solution. Another example like this. 3 equals square root of x minus 4 plus 5 is also you have to isolate this radical term on one side. And no radicals go the other side. So minus 5 both sides. Get 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Any number you take square root, never a negative. For real number, never negative. Should be a non-negative number. The minimum is 0. Is greater than or equal 0. Any real number, take square root. Never negative. So this one, if you see a radical equal negative, no solution. No solution. You can try to solve it. You will see. You square both sides. Square both sides. This radical removed x minus 4. Negative 2 square get 4. Then you add 4 both sides. You got x equal 8. But you go back to check. X put in 8. Put it into the x. Put it in x. So you got a minus 4. It's a 4. Take square root is 2. Then 2 add 5 is 7. And the left side is 3. So 3 equals 7 is always what? Always false. So A is not the solution. So actually this is no solution. But actually you don't need to solve it. When you get any number square root with a negative number, never equal negative. So there's no real number you plug in. Take square root, get negative 2. So no solution. Now you don't have to continue solve it. Just answer directly, say no solution, or you can put empty set. Empty set. Next question. It's B. So also you are going to isolate this term, radical term, on one side, on the right side, and minus 4 both sides. Make this 4 go the other side. Then you square it, both sides, square it. Then this radical removed, square root removed. So this square cancel each other, get 3x minus 12. X minus 4 squared. Use the completing square formula. You got first term square x squared minus 2 times first term times second term. 2 times x times 4. Add second term square, 4 square. So simplify it. X squared minus 2 times 4 is 8x plus 4 squared is 16. Move 3x to the left. Change the sign. Minus 3x. Minus 12. Move to the left. Become plus 12. Equal. Right side is 0 because the two term move to the left. So right side is 0. Simplify. So x squared. Copy done. Negative x minus 3x is negative 11x. The two term combine. Negative 8. Add negative 3x, get negative 11x. And 16 add 12, get 28 equals 0. And factor it. Leading coefficient is 1. So you can put the parentheses, put a x, and try. Need find two numbers tying together is a positive 28. The two numbers add together is a negative 11. So it's negative 7, negative 4. Tying together is positive 28. Negative 7 and negative 4 is negative 11. And put down negative 7, negative 4. Then use zero factor property. Either x minus 7 equals 0 or x minus 4 equals 0. So you solve it, you got x equals 7 or x equals 4. And always need to plug into original to check it. Need to plug into original equation to check it. So x equals 7, put it in. 3 times 7 minus 12. 21 minus 12 is 9. Take square root is 3. 3 add 4 equals 7. True. So x equals 7 is the solution. Then check 4. X equals 4. Plug in x. 3 times 4 minus 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Minus 12 is 0. Take square root is 0. Add 4 equal 4. 4 equal 4. True. So answer 2 solutions, and 4 and 7 are the solutions. So for the radical equation, you always have to check the when you get the solution, you always have to check with the original equation, because your solution, if you make this under this square root, this part is a negative. That won't be able the solutions. I'll show you the example later. And next question. Next question is question 7. It's about the distance formula. If a given 2 points, like first point x1 coordinate, first coordinate x1, second coordinate y1, second point x2, comma y2 coordinate. Distance formula is d equals square root of s coordinate difference square plus y coordinate difference square. Add together, take square root. And the midpoint formula is the sum of x coordinate divided by 2, comma, the sum of the y coordinate add together divided by 2. So this question 8 is about the distance. Use the distance formula. Find the distance between two given points. So you can assume this is the first point. Negative 8 plug into x1. 3 plug into y1. 2 is x2. 5 is y2. So plug into the distance formula. So you got negative 8 minus 2. Quantity square plus 3 minus 5. Y coordinate difference. 3 minus 5 quantity square. And simplify it. Negative 8, negative 2 is negative 10. Add together is negative 10 square. Plus 3 minus 5 is negative 2 square. So negative 10 square is 100. Negative 2 square is 4. 100 add 4 is 104. And 104, you do the prime factorization. 104 divided by 2 is 52, divided by 2 is 26. So it's 2 squared times 26. So 104 is 2 squared times 26. 26 is 2 times 13. 2 times 13. So it's going to be just 2 squared times 26. And 2 squared square root out is 2 square root out 26. Example, next example. Find the distance between the 2 points. X coordinate difference first. So it's -3 minus 1, first coordinate. -3 minus 1 square plus 1 minus 4 square. Y coordinate difference. Y minus 4 square. -3 minus 1 is -4 square plus 1 minus 4 is -3 square. -4 square is 16. -3 square is 9. Add together. 16 add 9 is 25. Take square root, it's a 5. Next question is midpoint formula. Practice for midpoint formula. If given the 2 points, first point, second points. Midpoint formula is x coordinate, first coordinate add together, x coordinate add together, divided by 2. And y coordinate add together, divided by 2. So it's a x coordinate is the first coordinate. -6 add 2 divided by 2. And y coordinate -8 add -4 divided by 2. -6 add 2 is -4 divided by 2. -8 plus -4 is -12 divided by 2. So -4 divided by 2 is -2. -12 divided by 2 is -6. So this one is the midpoint. It's between the 2 points, right in the middle, between the 2 points on the straight line. Example, given 2 points, the 2 points, find the midpoint. So x coordinate -7 add -2 divided by 2 is -9 over 2. Y coordinate 9 add -4 is 5 divided by 2. That's a midpoint. And following, we learn the complex number. Simplify the complex number operations. Simplify the complex number, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divisions. And first of all, we have to know what is the complex number. And since if any number you square it is going to be positive or greater than or equal 0, any real numbers. So like 4, you have 2 solutions, x equal positive or -2, because 2 squared is equal 4. And -2 squared is also equal 4. So x can be positive or -2 for the real numbers. But how about x squared equal -4? Any number, are there any real number squared equal a negative? Never, because any positive times positive is positive. If negative times negative is still positive, never equal negative. So we have to create a new number. So let's put the unit number like this. X squared equal 1. So x is a positive or -1. That's no problem. How about x squared equal -1? Are there real number? No real numbers. So we created called imaginary number, or I. So we call I because imaginary number. So this is going to be write down positive negative square root of -1, just like this, like this, positive negative square root of 1. That is a positive -1. Just like this, it's a x equals positive negative square root of 4. Simplify is a positive negative square root of 2. Positive negative 2. Simplify. So same thing, positive negative square root of -1. And since instead of writing off this one, we create a number. That number is I, imaginary number. So we define I is equal square root of -1. This one we define as I. So I is equal square root of -1. So here, formula. First of all, we define I. I is defined equal square root of -1. Then we square both sides. Get I squared equal square root square cancel each other. Get I squared equal -1. Then we times by I both sides. So get I cubed equal -I. This side times I. 1 add 2. Same base is I. Exponent add together. So 3. I to the power 3. -1 times I. It's -I. Then I to the power 4 is what? If the I square, you square it, both sides. 2 times 2 is 4. So I to the power 4, -1 squared is +1. Now, then we add in. Here you can see this is I to the power 1, I squared equal -1, I cube equal -I, I to the power 4 equal 1. So I add one more. I to the power 0 equal what? Any number to the power 0 is 1. That's what we learn in real number. So now we have a formula. I to the power 0 equal 1, I to the power 1, which is the square root of -1, I squared equal -1, I cube equal -3, I to the power 4 equal 1. This is a basic formula. Basic formula. Then I'm going to talk about how to simplify. So let's talk about the first question. Square root. Question 10a. Square root of -98. Since 98, we can put -98, we can put 98 times -1. By the product of the radical rule, separate, take square root. 98 divided by 2 is 49. 49 is 7 square. So 98, you can put 7 square times 2 times -1 here. Separate the 3. Each one take square root. 7 square take square root is 7. 2 take square root is square root of 2. -1 take square root we define as I. Now I is defined 3 line define equal. Define equals square root of -1. So the quick way is square root of -98. You just take this -1 out, become I. And the square root of 98 divided by 2 is 49 times 2. 49 take square root out is 7. 2 you cannot square root out, still 2. Then I. That's a quick way. This one, square root of -243. You can separate as 243 times -1. And 243 divided by 3 got 81. 81 is 9 square. 9 square, take square root out, get 9. 3 is still under radical. -1 take square root, it's I. So let's do the quick way. Square root of -243. Quick way is negative signs out, go out, get I. And square root of 81 times 3. 243 is 81 times 3. 81 takes square root of 9. And 3 cannot square root out 3. I. Then next one, -294. Negative become -1. 294. Time together. 294, you divided by 6, you got 49. And the 49, 294, if you cannot get it, you factor it. 294, you can divide it by 2. Divided by 2, get 147. Then you can divide it by 7, get 21. Divided by 7, get 3. So it's 7 times 7 and 2 times 3. So it's 7 square times 6. 7 square. So you got 7 square times 6. 7 square, square root out is 7. 6 cannot square root out. Put square root out 6. -1 take square root, it's I. So the quick way is square root of 294. And this negative sign go out, get I. Square root of 294. You got is 7 squared times 6. It's 7 squared times 6. So then 7 squared, this out. 7 square of 6i. And the next one, we will learn this I to the power 49. So we are going to use those formula to do. I to the power 0 equal 1. I is just I squared equal negative 1. I cubed equal negative I to the power 4 equal 1 to do. To do I to the power 49. So I to the power 49. First of all, you do 49 divided by 4. Get 1, 4, and 9, 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Remainder 1. So 49 is 4 times 12 add 1. 4 times 12 is 4 times 12 is 48. Add 1, get 49. So this one you can write as I to the power 4 times 12 times I to the power 1. Because same base is I, you add exponent. 4 times 12 is 48, add 1, still 49. And this one you can write as I to the power 4 to the power 12 times I. Now what is I to the power 4? I to the power 4 equal 1. So here I to the power 4 equal 1. So get 1 to the power 12 times I. And 1 to the power 12 means 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Total 12 times of 1 times I. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times I is I. So answer is I. And there's also a quick way to do. It's 49 divided by 4, get remainder 1. And put 1 here. Answer is I to the power 1, which is I. Take remainder. So the formula is I to the power n. I to the power n equal I to the power remainder. I to the power remainder. I to the power remainder. R is remainder. When R is remainder. When n divided by 4. After divided by 4, get R remainder. Now they are equal. Like 49 divided by 4. 49 is n divided by 4. Get quotient is 12. Remainder is 1. So the answer simplified should be I to the power 1, which is I. R is remainder. R equal 1. So let's try another example. Here, this example, I to the power 100. Example, I to the power 100. 100. So 100 is divided by 4. You got what? Got 25. 4 times 25 is 100. What is I to the power 4? It's 1. 1 to the power, then I to the power 4 is 1. 1 to the power 25 is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. 25 times it, still 1. So the quick way is what? Quick way is 100, you divide it by 4, get 25. And the remainder is 0. So this is equal I to the power remainder, 0. I to the power 0, remainder. I to the power 0 is 1. That's a quick way to do. Another example, like I to the power 1023. So the quick way is 1023, you divide it by 4, get 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtraction, minus 2. Bring 2 down, get 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtraction is 2. And bring 3 down. And you can get 5. 4 times 5, 20. Remainder is 3. So pick up 3. Equal I to the power 3. Now what is I to the power 3? You got, this is a formula here. I to the power 0 equal 1. I is just I. Define equal square root of -1. I square equal -1. I cube equal -I. I to the power 4 equal 1. That's formula. So I to the power 3 equal -I. So simplify, it's -I. Another example, it's I to the power 402. This one, I to the power 402. So you do divide. 402 divided by 4, get 1, 4, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, remainder 2. So pick up remainder for the I square, 2, I square. I square equal what? Equal -1. Simplify. So this, the formula, it's here. I to the power n equal I to the power r. R is the remainder when n divided by 4. So that's a complex number. And following question 11. We do simplify the complex number, do addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division of complex number. The next one, number 11, subtraction. A plus 2i minus quantity -3 plus ai. So remove the parentheses.